Nobody in the mainstream media talks about Moises Caicedo. No shouts for a place in the team of the season or anything, so allow me to do so. Simply put, there is no midfielder in world football that I would swap Moises Caicedo for, and that's not a hyperbole. Any system, any role, any style, this guy can do it all on the football pitch. When we win, the attack with Cole Palmer, that the gem that he is, gets all the plaudits and awards, but it's Moises Caicedo who is the engine, the foundation, and that destroyer on which this Chelsea team is built. This isn't even his final form, mind you, and he is the first name on that team sheet for me. And with his fitness and durability, there is no surprise that he started all 38 games in the league this season, the first to do so since Cesar Azpilicueta in 2018-19 under Maurizio Sarri, and John Terry doing the same in the title-winning 2014-2015 season under Jose Mourinho. So that is some elite company that Moises is with. First name on the team sheet, though, some would say it's Cole Palmer, and I have no quarrel with that statement. But Caicedo is a problem solver anywhere on that pitch, any defensive structure or shape. He fills in the deficiency. A Swiss Army knife, mind you. Against Tottenham away, we were 2-0 down in the first 45. Maresca wanted Lavia in the 6 and Enzo at the 8, and Caicedo was inverting into midfield from right back. And in that second half, Lavia went off for precautionary or tactical reasons. Caicedo comes back into the midfield area, and with Enzo, Spurs barely lay a glove on us in that second half, and we win that game 4-3. It's Caicedo, man. He makes everyone around him better. Always available to receive a pass, even under pressure, facing goal a lot of the times. He can pop it off one or two touch. The array of passing is there, and when it comes to tackling and interception, he is a monster. He comes with purpose and force. Look, in terms of positional play, he is a high IQ baller. He's got a passing bag. By that I mean he can receive it from the keeper facing goal, the touch around the corner, all he can build out from the back with those short, quick passes. He hits those line breakers with pace, or the long balls that he floats into the channel. And as I mentioned before, the interceptions again, because that's what he does. He constantly puts out fires on the pitch and allows us to play on the front foot. He's even added assists to his game. Last season against Wolves, if I'm not mistaken, he hits an inch perfect through pass to Palmer for a first time finish, and even this season against West Ham and Liverpool away, he set Jackson through on goal on both occasions for Jackson to score. Caicedo has been coached by Graham Potter and De Zerbi at Brighton, two very good forward-thinking progressive coaches, and even in Poch's dysfunctional midfield last season, I would have put him easily in the top two Chelsea players just behind Cole Palmer, and that's only because Palmer was transformational in terms of how that signing was. 40 million out of the blue to that utterly ridiculous season that he had. But under Maresca, Caicedo is simply a different beast. Maresca identified his worth early on, and there's no surprises that he is our midfield general on the pitch, worth every penny that Chelsea have invested in the 23-year-old player from Ecuador. Look, with Caicedo, the price tag was enormous, and that's not his fault. 115 Great British pounds, the British record signing from Brighton, who picked him up for £5 million from the Ecuadorian side. Let me get this correctly, Independiente, the year before. Look, in terms of return on investment, Tony Bloom of Brighton, sir, you have my respect, because that is some return on investment in just 1 year. But for Chelsea just spread that 115 million across his 8-year contract, and you can see the rewards in real time. And there's no surprise that Chelsea are looking to give him a pay rise like they did with Palmer last season. I was seeing Caicedo in flop of the season teams last season, and it was making my blood boil, and it all came from his debut against West Ham away. He came on as a sub, and in all fairness, he had a shocker. He ended up conceding a pen, and there was that image of him kneeling down in prayer on the ground after that. that image stuck in my head. He was quickly written off, and most people who didn't watch Chelsea last season, and fair play, why would they? Because we were languishing in 12th for most of the season under Poch, and it was that 5-game winning run at the end that propelled us to 6th. So what do? Just wait and watch it unfold. And what he has shown and what his ceiling could be, I cannot wait to see it. I said it before and I'll say it again. I wouldn't swap him for any midfielder in world football. Bear with me here. Against Brentford, he had an 85% pass accuracy, 2 chances created, 3 out of 4 long balls, 13 recoveries. Yes, 13. 100% tackle success rate and 75% aerial duels won. He's 5'9", 5'10 at best. Okay, that's Brentford at home. Liverpool away. We lost that game 2-1, but I thought we competed very well in that game. Arne Slot still talks about the problems that Chelsea gave them that day. Caicedo, 83% pass accuracy, 2 chances created, 1 big chance created, 1 assist and 4 recoveries. Not bad at all. Arsenal at home, 95% pass accuracy, 9 passes into the final third, 3 out of 3 tackles won, 2 blocks, 2 clearances, 1 interceptions and 8 recoveries. I can go on, seriously. And in the run-in, he was crucial every single game, leaving it all on the pitch, filling in at right back and inverting into midfield to accommodate Lavia in big games. And I thought in our 2-0 loss against Newcastle, our only real blip in the final 6 games, he was the only Chelsea player that did not deserve to be on the losing side. It was a stellar display in vain. He's even adding unnecessary bangers to his game. That goal from half-line against Bournemouth last season, and this season he slapped that volley against Manchester United when Chelsea needed a goal from somewhere. And I won't forget that disallowed pearler on the volley against Spurs at home, where that could have made it 2-0. Look, I'm going to be posting a link in the description, and if time permits, do check it out, because I do realize that I am speaking in hyperbole, but what that will show you is how Caicedo passes the eye test. His physical capacity is enormous. He gets about the pitch relentlessly, and I would bet that most players would say he's their least favorite to go up against, not just because he's press resistance and he can pop it around 1 or 2 touch, but also when Caicedo crunches into the challenges, my goodness, he is ferocious. Teams know that if they put a dangerous tackle on any one of our forwards, Caicedo will come back with a receipt. Make no mistake about it. We need to manage Moises for the coming seasons. Yes, the demands will be relentless, with Chelsea expected to compete on all 4 fronts now. And Moy, being one of the first names on the team sheet, will have to shoulder that load. Hopefully, Lavia stays fit for most of next season, and we've got Dario Esugo, the 20-year-old Portuguese midfielder who's on loan from Sporting to Las Palmas and has a style that shadows Caicedo a bit, might be able to shoulder some of that workload off him. Look, it was no surprise that Moises Caicedo swept up all the club awards, the Player of the Year, the Players Player of the Year, and long may that continue. 10 on 10, no notes. I don't think any Chelsea fan would disagree with that. Next season, though, we see Caicedo elevate to a different height, showcasing his talent under the bright lights of the Champions League nights at the Bridge, which resumes after a 2-year hiatus, and a lot of people will see exactly what I'm talking about.